Good morning, good morning. I'm just coming back from the grocery store. I needed to get some foil pans. I needed to get some, I forgot. Some ground beef and some red and green bell peppers so that I can make some lasagna for my family. Just did it for the PTO in my children's school, so I just feel like my family deserves lasagna too. It takes so much work. It doesn't take so much, but there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps. And so, which I would probably say about any dish, there's a lot of steps to making cereal. It's just so much. So, now that I'm about to make this lasagna, I had the ability to just really perceive where I'm at emotionally. And I'm angry. I woke up feeling upset. Not angry, but I think more so bitter, because the angry will kind of show in me not being able to talk to the person. But I feel like I'm bitter because I'm trying to figure out what this feeling is. I feel like I'm bitter because I'm able to talk specifically to my spouse, but I can't do it without being messy, without saying something ugly. Yes, I can't do it without. So I feel like I'm bitter. So yeah, that's bitter. And so there's anger, there's bitterness, there's resentment, and I might be resentful. So I really need to rid myself of it. Just went to the store by myself. Yeah, that was easier than I thought. Maybe because I was on the phone, and I was able to allow my nose be nose with my children. But I really need to get rid of this. The faster I get rid of it, the faster Yahweh can come in and just dwell within me. But I woke up and I tried to make my side of the bed, even though he was in the bed, and I said, oh, you didn't punch me tonight. That was good. Because the other day he came in, wanted to talk about something, and I was able to be quiet, and so we didn't go our normal route, which is good for me because I get emotionally depleted whenever we argue, and he'll be fine. Like, what? How do you get so super? How are you able to get so supercharged in an argument and just throw mud in someone's face, and then throw daggers, and then just verbal insults and make false, baseless accusations, and then be okay? Like the rest of the day? Because I can't, then it's funny to me. It's wild. It's wild. It's crazy. But I'm not. Like, I get emotionally depleted. And by emotionally depleted, I'll lay down, and it's hard for me to get up on, even for the most, like, okay, I don't want to pee in the bed. I got to get up. Okay, my children are starving. I got to get up. And they tired of, taking care of themselves and eating washed apples. They want something warm. They want something that needs to be cooked. So I'll get up. He'll be good. And I'll be like, does this grow you? I don't know. Does this help you? Does this moisturize your skin? And before I get to understanding how he operates, or how he's able to participate in something like that over and over and then be okay, I just need to work on me. Before I get to that, and maybe I'll never get to understand how this works for him, I need to work on me. So what I'm going to work on is getting through my head. Just don't work for me. I can't do that. I can't do this. He's going to send the invite. Don't accept. He's going to hold his hand out. Smack that hand. Ignore the hand. Don't take his hand and go into this. And in my book, Argue Awareness, to avoid the cyclical pattern of arguing, I have learned to use silence. Don't walk away thinking all you got to do is be silent, because I tried to use silence once and it triggered him. It triggered him to a higher level to where he was like, you know what, we finna go. So he woke the kids up around 11 o'clock in the morning, and then he drove off and said that he was finna go sleep in a hotel because I was just being so disrespectful and I was being silent. So they slept in the car until morning, and I was just like, that didn't work. But when you use respectful, intentional silence, then you'll be able to still be a part of whatever he wants. You'll be a part of it. No, you'll still be able to. He'll still be able to do whatever he wants, which is say whatever this, say this, or say that. But you won't be engaged. You won't be interacting with him. So pay attention to him. Like, look at him. I was on the desktop the other night when he came over, and then every once in a while I would look at him, and then he would look away. You don't have the ability to look at me directly. Cool. So I looked at him, and I didn't make a face. Oh, I got to control my facial expressions. I also have to control my dramatic expressions, which is or you know, no, you know, you lied. That's not true. When I control those, then I don't make him to say something else. Just say whatever you wanted to say, and I don't want to contribute to something that will make him even angrier, because he's already angry. He literally got angry on his own, and he's trying to express it now. So I want you also to know, you who's watching this video, it is a gift to give someone attention and a listening ear. And it sounds like silence. It looks like silence. It looks like you being attentive and silent. So that's the gift. While you're talking, I'm silent. Now, I didn't come from a house of that. Now, I probably seen it on TV and was oblivious to it. But in real life, I've been struggling with it. So since I've been struggling with it, I ain't been giving nobody the gift of silence. I ain't been giving nobody the gift of being heard. She ain't been giving anybody the gift of being heard. And so if I've been talking to anyone on this planet, in any of my years of life, and I managed to be silent, then I was able to do that with you. But with my spouse and with family members and with a load of other people, a list of other people, I haven't been giving them the gift of being heard. When you're talking and I'm listening and I'm looking at you, I'm paying attention, you're able to get to the end of your story. You're able to get to the end of your explanation. You're able to get to the end of your insult. You're able to get there. But when I interrupt you, when I look off, I can make you feel like I'm not listening. I'm not paying attention. I can, or when I stay ready, like a lot of couples do this, and they really do love each other. However, they just don't realize that this is a negative aspect of their conversational, of their communication. Before the other person finishes talking, you've interrupted them. You've already guessed what it is that they're going to say, and you just cannot allow them to finish talking for whatever reason that's in your mind, in your heart, or whatever. Oh, it's just sitting. So, I do that. He does that. But what we do in our house is also, in our marriage, is also raise our voice. We'll raise our voice while so if I'm talking and he interrupts, I'll raise my voice until I finish that sentence. I think I raised my voice if I were to finish everything that I was saying. But then, if I were to finish everything that I was saying, and then he came and didn't understand what I said, or misquoted what I just said, or paraphrased it, or just rephrase it, then I would Well, I used to. In that aspect, in those examples, I can keep my tone, the same tone, in a respectful tone, in a low tone. There's so much power in that. Now I know that, but there's so much power in keeping the same low tone throughout the whole conversation. It keeps it a conversation. When you raise it, it becomes an argument. Talking over someone while they're talking, to get to your point, completely, that's undeniably rude. And some of us are okay with that. I'm not. I don't want to do it. I don't want to receive it. I shouldn't do it. Talking over someone, raising your voice over someone, guessing what they're going to say before they even finish. Even if you know exactly what they're going to say, allow them to finish your sentence. That was one. And then also defending myself. I talked about this before in a previous video. So I obviously have, is it pride? I think I figured, or I just decided that it was pride. When he makes his baseless accusations, I will defend myself. When I defend myself, it's worthless and useless. Why worry about what someone else said that doesn't have the ability to see good in you? They don't have the ability to recognize anything that you're doing well or good. And any compliment that you'll get, or any acknowledgement or appreciation that you get from the person, is disingenuous, and it's on their checklist to check off that they do say positive things. There is no actual connection to them, to their heart, connected to the capability to see anything genuinely good from you. The same compliment, if the compliment they give you, they could also give to the maintenance person in your townhome complex, then it's not a genuine, customized compliment. And that's what I'm receiving from him. And I used to be deceived by it, but now I'm just like, wait a second, that's actually the same compliment that you give me. When I heard him say it to someone else, and I was just like, it's not that I'm dumb, it's just that I want so bad and so eagerly to get him to say something right, but I have to see people where they are. And that's my problem, not seeing people, you're wrong, and I'm also wrong by seeing you any different from what you just showed me. I am wrong. I am just as wrong for seeing you any different than what you have just shown me, because I now am responsible for putting myself in situations with you and expecting you to be any kind of kind, compassionate toward me. That's foolishness. And I have a pattern, a history, and a desperation to see the good in people, and wisdom will make the funk visible on people. And take the advice, take the truth that wisdom is giving you. It's the truth. It's not a suggested piece of information. It is truth. And so reading Proverbs from beginning to end really helps you with people that are like myself, who think everybody's nice, everybody's cool, whatever. They're not. Read scripture. They're not kind and you're foolish, but you are foolish. Not everybody is kind, and you are foolish for thinking that. So reading scripture, reading Proverbs, just from beginning to end. In fact, Proverbs opens up with, if you want knowledge, if you want wisdom, if you want prudence and discernment, read the scripture. Read Proverbs. So reading it will bring to light actual things that you need to follow and adhere by. When you abide by these things, talking to somebody who shares too much, sharing something with somebody who shares too much, no. Lending something to somebody that has something in their heart, it's no. These things, when you abide by those proverbs, you'll be behaving wisely. Thinking that giving everyone the benefit of the doubt, or thinking that this person will just give them another opportunity is foolish. Forgiving them is different, because that means there was nothing that you didn't create a space or an opportunity for them to set you up or to fail you or whichever, but you're not keeping them from doing anything moving forward. But if they do something, you will forgive them. So that's not the same thing. People try to clump it together. It's not. So, but other than that, the ugliness that I feel within me is bitterness that I need to be cognizant of, and I am. But I need to rid myself of it, and that can come when you give. I suggest giving that person a gift, and it doesn't have to be something you buy from the store. Giving that person an opportunity to be heard, giving that person a demonstration of goodness, greatness, just giving them some biblical love, which is love is patient, love is kind, love does not count the wrongs that someone has done. It does not envy. Those are free, and those can be given immediately. Telling someone what they just did with full intentional compassion. So my husband cut my son's hair. I was like, oh, awesome. I could literally, not just a compliment, but that would be a demonstration of kindness in the form of recognition. I'm just recognizing that, for example, this is what I would definitely say. I recognize that you look at your sons and you see that they need maintenance. And I'm so thankful that they see that even though they don't like their haircuts, because they said, oh, it hurts, and they complain or whatever. Maybe he needs to change his hair, I don't know. But I'm sorry, I just be overlooking it. I'm just like, but you look good. And so it's a point I tell my sons that they look good every time they get their hair cut, just because they do. And I definitely don't want to look at them as though I don't want to look at them the same, because I want them to know that I recognize that there's a change in them. I recognize that there's a change and it's good. And there's some people, they'll see you fully dressed and they'll be like, hey, how are you? Where's the restroom at? Is it over here? What? And you don't need compliments from everybody, but I do appreciate those that not only see a difference, but they don't hold it within them to share with you. You're looking good. You're looking good. So back to my husband, I would say, you know what? I'm glad that our sons have you as a father to look at them and say, hey, I see something that could be changed and improved, and I'm going to take it upon myself to do that. And I am glad to be here to experience that. And I hope that they value that, because I value that in you. And that's it. People that don't care about you are not going to give you a lot of time to say anything. But it's important that I still be me and be intentional with how I see what you have done, and I appreciate you. And I hope that others do the same. I like it. And so with certain people, they might be like, shut up. Who cares? Girl, how many times and how many languages do I need to say, I don't care how you think or see me, or whichever. But, and also don't be in denial and thinking that if somebody don't care who you are or whatever, you giving them a compliment is such a they're like, shut up. But I'm not going to wait for him to say that. I just really want to make sure that I say something kind or show love in some way. That love is made up of different traits. Biblical love is made up of different traits. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 13, starting from verse 4, and you'll have it written out in scripture. So And I don't want to do it my way. Like, I'll do something like give him a flower and he'd be like, what am I supposed to do with this? But I'll just recognize what things that he's already doing. And I'll do that immediately after this video. I'll leave my car and go in. But I suggest you as well, even to people that do hurt your feelings or whatever. Mine is days old. And it's important that if you feel like you are angry or bitter or resentful or hurt or whichever, it's important that you immediately get rid of that. And one of the easiest ways is to give that person a gift, not something you can buy from the store, but maybe from the store, if that's something that really impacts them. So mine, I'm going to choose recognition. It's going to sound like a compliment, but it really would help me to remove the anger from within me. And I suggest you do the same. I would love to hear your comments down in the comments section, and I hope it goes well with you, and have a great and wonderful Monday.